Hello everybody, I am SSD Showstopper and welcome to my channel. Thank you very much for passing by, thank you for subscribing, and thank you so much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Now we have the inglorious Pretti back in the media. She has come out of her shell, come out of wherever it is that she was hiding or staying recluse. Now we're seeing a situation wherein she has made a report, according to her, at the police station saying that Blamdem, TikToker Blamdem, came to her place with high-powered weapon and his goons or gang to threaten her, to attack her, and she's in fear for her life. She's deeply traumatized by it. She was speaking to Queenie, who is known to do her crazy videos or crazy live talking about her ex-husband or then her estranged husband Dewey. She was speaking to Queenie on her live and she's saying that she's in fear. She was on 30 milligram of some medication and the doctor upped it to 100 milligram. She have also spoken that Nicki Minaj was on the phone with her and Nicki Minaj threatened her, saying that she has gifted so many TikTokers. She has gifted them and they are very ungrateful. They don't show any form of respect. But according to Pretti, she's saying that Nicki Minaj said to her that I bet if she sends someone at her place, she will respect her. So Pretti decided that she's going to make a report because Blamdem showed up with his gang to attack her with high-powered weapon and she's in fear for her life. It wasn't a prank. And this all stemmed from the Rosealee incident, wherein Rosealee had some law enforcement officers pop up in her room, and at the time she was in her private bed sleeping. She was naked and the law enforcement officer decided to take out his phone to record her and uploaded the video on social media. Pretti was on Nicki Minaj live, or they were on Pretti live, and they were speaking about the matter. Rosealee was there, so many persons were there, and they were speaking that the police officer was wrong, which we all can agree that the law enforcement officer was wrong. However, Pretti did a video and she was further disgracing Rosealee, saying that she's only embarrassed because she's not embarrassed because she was naked. She's actually embarrassed because they saw how unkept her place was, and she's big, nasty, and to be big like that and nasty and untidy, and then you have your place untidy at the same time, is just disgraceful. So Pretti went in on Rosealee, and you know how she can be. She went in, she attacked Rosealee left, right, and center, and she gave it to her. According to Pretti, Nicki Minaj cautioned her not to do a video on it, and not to do a video on the matter at the time because a report was made and it's been handled and stuff like that, and it will put Rosealee in a bad light. So she was to leave it alone. Pretti, according to her, on the live with Queenie, she don't take talk from anybody. She went on and called Nicki Minaj dirty gal who came over with her money, believing that she can frighten people and she can coerce everybody and trick everybody and tell people what to do or dictate. The so-called queen, queen, who Pretti was the one who called Nicki Minaj queen also. Now she has reduced Nicki Minaj to dirty gal and the rapper, and you know, all these adjectives being used to describe Nicki Minaj. Now, when we look into this situation, we are talking about Pretti. And for those who know who Pretti is, I think this is around my 5th video or 6th that I'm doing on Pretti, and it was a repeated caution to be careful of how you're disrespecting people over on social media and the things that you're saying, and you're having an audience that is supporting you. But when push comes to shove and people show up at your place, or people want to check you, or you find yourself in litigation, are those persons going to be there to support you just the same? Will those persons show up? Will they give their support, whether it be monetary, emotional support, whatever the case may be? Are you going to get that support? See, not everybody on the internet who click like, subscribe, and all of that and share means that they're genuine supporters. Not because you see a lot of numbers behind views or behind the word likes or behind the word subscribe. I'm sorry. It means that these people genuinely like you. Pretti have spoken out against the Prime Minister of Jamaica, AndrewHolness, and has tell him to go and suck his mother. She has told his wife, AndrewHolness, big thinking underneath. That's how she had described the Prime Minister's wife. She described Shensea, dancehall artist Shensea, as big thinking, old, big church out, this, that, and the third. And there have been so many persons over the years that Pretti have been disrespecting over and over. Not only that, Pretti has also threatened quite a few persons, including Foota Hype, with violence. She have threatened so many persons out there. She have disrespected Bounty Killer, disrespected Beanie Man, disrespected so many dancehall artists, so many public figures, politicians. She have also threaten the lives and safety of so many persons out there. I know for one, it was Foota Hype. I know she had threatened to kick down some other persons and stuff like that while vlogging on her live, and persons were laughing and egging it on, thinking that it is cool and it is funny. Now, when we look into that situation and see the character that I'm basically describing, I find it extremely peculiar that Pretti would feel so threatened that someone showed up at her place with high-powered weapon, according to her. Now, with the CCTV footage that she put out, we saw persons, but they weren't in masks, according to her and what she said, and we did not see any form of weapon or any firearm to show that these persons were actually armed. So there clearly is more to this story than what she's actually saying. I'm not sure if the argument is actually true, but we can go only by what we have seen and what she decided to show us. And what Blamdem put out was a past voice message. Now, what Pretti put out does not corroborate with her argument that they turned up with high-powered weapon, because we did not see that. Not only that, she said that they were wearing masks. We did not see that either. So I'm curious, what exactly is it that is happening right here? Now, I'm looking into it and I'm going to attack from different angles. Where the argument that is, when I look at the situation with Pretti and Rosealee, and Pretti is known to be very disgraceful, very disrespectful, as I've said before, and she decided to do the video on Rosealee. Let's say all things are equal, and Rosealee is actually embarrassed because of the condition of her place. She's actually embarrassed because she was recorded in her private area and all of that. And not only that, vicinity of privacy that is in her house and the condition. She was actually embarrassed because it was really nasty and unkept. Let's say that. I'll give you that. What gives you the right to went in on her on a live, knowing that the matter is at the police station and is actually before the court? Why would you go ahead and further disgrace her, knowing that this is a serious matter involving law enforcement and the court? And your argument is actually going to give credence to what the police officers did, knowing that they were wrong. You are strengthening the defense by doing that. And maybe Nicki Minaj have more sense than you. That's why she called you or messaged you and told you not to do a video on it, because you would have strengthened the defense argument that there was, nothing wrong. They can prove that she can prove that they recorded or uploaded the video or anything like that. And not only that, she's only embarrassed because of the condition of her place. Do you know that is a strong enough argument for them to win and for Rosealee to lose in a court of law? But you're not thinking. You're not thinking, and this is what happens when there is an innate mean natural stupidity that's in some people, and you cannot go in it and extrapolate it. It's just there. They will die with it. They will live with it. They embrace their stupidity. They enjoy being below normal intelligence and use extreme aggression to push it. And that is what Pretti have been doing over the years. And persons have been supporting it. Persons have been egging it on. Persons have been chiming in. She's getting bookings and she's making money out of it. So that's one aspect of it. Now, persons are saying that Pretti is a comedian. Now, according to my remembrance of a comedian, there's pornography and racism that are the only two things that you really get away with when it comes to comedy. No. When it comes to comedy, you still have to tread lightly. Even though you can get away with saying those things in comedy, you still have to tread lightly. Because if you believe you are as brave and bold as a Merlin and is emboldened, do a video saying just about anything about a Jewish person and you see what happens to your comedic career. In everything, there is boundaries and limitation. I'm not sure what part of comedy entails threatening the life and safety of persons. I'm not sure what part of comedy entails disgracing people, talking about their private parts, talking about things that you know absolutely nothing of, accusing people of things that you know nothing of. But because it sounds good, you are going to say it, you are going to disgrace them, belittle them, tarnish their image, defame them, and also reduce people for likes, for traction, and also to get paid from YouTube. I'm trying to find out at what point do you stop? Where in comedy does any of that entails? So for persons saying that she's a comedy, you're just as stupid as Pretti done. You're just as stupid as her, or perhaps even worse. You understand? So if Rosealee was even embarrassed about her condition and how she kept her place, that did not give you a right to speak about the matter at such a delicate time when it's before the police and it's also before the court. Not only that, since you have threatened the lives of so many persons and you have went on disrespecting people, knowing that you were cautioned numerous times to desist and you insist on doing so, you should be prepared for anything that it comes with. Now, if YouTube decide to pay you $1 million, congratulations. Now, if you decide to pick up 6 bullets, congratulations. It's what you put out that you're actually receiving, or you're actually going to get. What you put out there, that's what you're actually going to get. So I'm not sure why are you running up and down the big bad Pretti Don, who is a butch, who acts so manly and want to be on the, you know, the hood rat, the hood booger, hard knock life type of guy, persona that you're taking on as a butch sodomite. All of a sudden, you're scared, you're petrified, you're feminine, you're soft, and you want to run with that at the police station and saying that you're in fear of your life. And Nicki Minaj is a big engine and you can't go after her so easily. So you're going for bigger persons who is law enforcement officers. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is the same person who is on the internet threatening the lives of people, disrespecting people, saying just about anything out there for years, no matter what. No matter how much persons caution you and tell you to stop. And one of the worst things in life that is actually true is that idiots tend to have a wider audience. They tend to have a higher fan base. And I spoke about social media. I spoke about the engines of post-slavery and how they depict black people and the images of black people. I need not to get into that because what's understood simply do not need constant repetition or further explanation. But when I look into the situation, it's just as strange as it gets. It is as strange as it gets. Now you got your warning. I'm sure you're not going to do this again. You are uploading your video. You didn't call the name Nicki Minaj, but you're referring to the rapper. And we all know which rapper you are having issues with. And you say that nobody can tell you what to do. Nobody can this, nobody can that. You call out whoever you feel like. Then why don't you call out Spice? Nobody can call out Spice because if somebody do, you immediately upload a video and you decide to disrespect them, if possible threatening them and all of that for Spice, who is in grave error many a times. And you don't see anything wrong with that. You support it. You go after people you know nothing about to support Spice, dancehall artist Spice, who is in constant diatribe with so many people ranting on social media all day, every day, or all day, every other day, or all day, every other week, or every other month. But it's a constant situation. You have no problem defending her to the end. And you go after people you don't know. You say things about people you don't know. What makes you think? I just did a video on the XXX situation. What makes you think that you can use your phone, use a tablet, use an iPad, I should say, a laptop, a computer, and you just go on and upload videos disrespecting people, saying just about anything about anyone, and then walk around thinking that this is going to be a safe space for you to go. The world is never that safe. And Nicki Minaj has a very wide fan base. A very wide fan base. They're not just in New York, they're not just in the United States, they're all over the world. And these are people who will protect her, these are people who will defend her. You have to know when to stop. And it's clear that you do one thing with a fool, they know no limitation, they know no boundaries. But as long as it's someone that they like, they know the boundaries. So you're talking about Nicki Minaj and a dirty girl and her money. When she was giving it to you, it wasn't an issue. When she was giving it to you, it wasn't an issue.
And I strongly believe that there's another engine behind what you are doing, supporting you. Somebody told you to constantly go. Somebody told you to do this live. Somebody tell you to say the things that you're saying. It matters not. Somebody is behind you, pushing you. There is another engine that is behind you, that is pushing you and egging you on to say the things that you're saying, not only about other persons, but also about Nicki Minaj. We're not stupid. The rabbit hole is way deeper than what meets the eye. But pretty done, you will have your day. If it's a day that you're seeking in court, I think it's time to say congratulations. You have achieved it. Now, if this is not a wake-up call for you to think twice or 3 times, if you don't have the ability to think twice and realize that you should be apprehensive about the things that you're going to say that are disrespectful, you should probably think 3 times. I'm not saying that these persons are in the right to show up at your place, but what you give out, you should be able to take it. If you're doing these videos and you're constantly going in on people and disrespecting people, what's the issue with you taking it when they show up? What's the issue? If you speak of the devil, he'll appear. And if you constantly knock, eventually the door is going to be open. And you're opening up room and energy for all sorts of things to happen to you. As I said in the last video that I did on you, when Teddy Brookshot said in shutters, that's why I can't any man brush him. Because you're taking wild shots at just about anybody. So it can be anyone who come for you. It can be anyone. What you put out is what you get. What you put out is what you get. So if you don't have the ability to think twice or to think carefully of the things that you're saying, you might want to be quiet. You might want to be quiet. And if it's a day in court that you were looking for, it's time to say congratulations. You have earned it. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you.